Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Omkar. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Abhay sir, for calling me again.
Yeah, Omkar will talk about the iconic test match that just happened. India won at Lords. We'll be discussing that. And obviously, today is 13 years of Virat Kohli. 13 years of a great career. We'll be talking about that. And let's start off with the test match. We'll keep it short and crisp. We all saw the test match. We even discussed in our video till day two, day three. And the way India was playing, it was a great way. Great grit was being shown by the Indian team. Actually, the England poking the way Anderson and other England members were poking Jasprit Bumrah or a Virat Kohli, that actually gave them some kind of an energy. And the way all the 11 guys came out to fight it out and the way they won, kudos to the Indian team. Congratulations. Virat Kohli becomes the third captain to win a test match at Lords after Kapil Dev and MS Dhoni for India. Great job to all of them. Now let's talk about the day 4 and day 5 of the test match that we actually didn't discuss in our video. So day 4 we see uh, India coming out to bat, Mahmood getting Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul off quite early. So what do you think of the trap, the way Mahmood was bowling? What's your take on that?
Okay, so when it's come to Virat, Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul, they came with a very good plan. KL was the the ball that KL got KL out was a good one. It was not. It was,
I think
we cannot
he
say
missed.
it was an
Yeah,
unplayable ball, but yeah, you have to play for that ball. And the
I think
way he
he
got rolled
missed
out,
at the pace. He couldn't be on time
yeah,
of that ball. That was the reason he got off. But Rohit Sharma, I think Rohit Sharma got little unlucky or maybe got little carried away, hitting a six of that short ball with the same shot that he gets his maximum of runs. Next ball also pulling it up, pulling it again, mistimed and straight into the hands of Moeen Ali. So I think Rohit Sharma misjudged that. And then Virat came in. Virat was looking good the way he was scoring boundaries, those cover drives, that flick. So I thought he's gonna get a big one, but then that same, maybe because of the current mental block that is going on with him, chased that seventh stump ball, got off Sam Curran. But then came Ajinkya Rahane and Chiteshwar Pujara. Ajinkya wasn't looking that great initially, gave a dolly at 31, wasn't comfortable to the spinners. But the way he handled everything, the way he battled out that part, to be very honest, it was great display of Test cricket. The way Test cricket should be played, Ajinkya Rahane and Chiteshwar Pujara displayed that to world cricket and everyone who's been judging India's middle order. Remember the fact that these three guys have carried India's middle order since 2014 to 2019. A bad patch can come to anyone, and I can assure you they'll be back with the bang. So I think they've answered their critics. What's your take on their batting? And then we'll move on.
okay, so Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane. So it's it's just a matter of time that people start speaking. 4 or 5 bad matches, and people will say, drop Pujara, drop Rahane. Okay, so of late Pujara haven't been that good with his technique. Also, sometimes he just pokes that ball. But Pujara is as, if
He's
not
been half cocked
1000.
many times. He's been caught half cocked, and you could see that there is something wrong with his mindset as well. He's
Yes,
not getting those runs to face 200 balls something, and he got only 45 runs. But it was really important at that point of time to save that match.
they made sure that India doesn't get out on that particular day only. That's the thing that they made sure very much, and that's how a test match should be played. If you're not winning, don't lose it. If you think you won't be winning it, don't lose it. A miracle can happen anytime, and that's what happened at day 5. So we will talk about day 5 later, as you said. Pujara and Rahane batting is a proper test match fighting innings, what we can say, to save your team. And you are telling 2014 to 2019. I still say not even 2019. Virat 2020, all those matches, all these guys played apart from Virat, bad phase, and 2021 that Australia win. Also, we will say Ajinkya and Pujara played a great part in that too. Because as a captain, as a batsman, not the best of what they are, and it's no question that these three guys should be questioned anyway in the test team at least. So that's the thing.
Yeah, the way they batted, they've shown that such such confidence and such grit to perform like that. Then we'll talk about the last session of day four, where Pujara got a very good ball, got out. Anyone can got get that good ball. But the way Ajinkya actually got out, I was quite shocked. To Moeen Ali, after being set, he had the chance to get his name on honors board again after that 2014 heroics, but missed out. Played well. You cannot blame him that much. But then it was all on day five. India's hopes were on Rishabh Pant. What happens? Pant comes in, was played got two boundaries. He was coming down the track to Anderson. One got nicked, got a boundary. Other got a cover drive. So we were all like that. We lead by 154 runs. All India needs is 200 and 220 runs. That might provide let India go in the driver's seat. What happens then? Robinson comes in, gets a nick of Rishabh Pant, and India is in trouble. But then what happens is, as they say, that rest is history. The way Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami batted. I know the first 20, 30 runs, both of them were batting like it's a gully cricket going on. Bouncer were being bowled, they were being said something by the Englishmen, they were coming hard at them. But the way those guys played, the way those guys managed, and Shami getting that 50, hitting a six to Moin Ali and getting to that 50, that will always be a hallmark of this Test match. And to get those many runs, 260 on the board for England to chase down, that was a great achievement by the team. And you have to give credit the way India's lower order batted and the grit that they showed. Now let's talk about India's bowling in the fourth innings. India is charged up. All that happened between Anderson, Virat, and Jasprit. India was going to India was going for the kill, and you have to give Virat credit for that one tactical, uh, what you say, tactical mastery that he basically used to. He didn't declare after the lunch. Got Shami to bat in for 2 overs, and then to bring England openers to bat, then to declare, and then to ask them to bat. He didn't give them time to get settled, and that what actually worked in favor of India. First over, Jasprit Bumrah gets Rory Burns. Second over, Mohammad Shami steaming in with full fuel that you say was definitely on fire, and then to get Sibley out. What's your take on that first spell? Both of them were on fire. What's your take?
So Jasprit Bumrah was all pumped up. We don't see Jasprit Bumrah like that every time. You poke him up, you don't poke him. He will bowl. He will bowl really good. He is very friendly, but if you poke him, he will kill you. With the line and length that he bowls with, you don't know how to play. And Shami with his batting, he was so happy with himself that he was bowling those such a good balls again and again and again. So first spell was really fiery, and I think Sibley was not given out by the umpire.
No,
Sibley started
Sibley
walking.
was out. Yeah, he walked off.
He walked off. So that kind of bowling that he was, both of them bowled really well. And I would like to say something about the Shami's batting also. After Shami's celebration that Shami did of what that was century one. That's the most important thing because that 56 was more important than a 150 or a 200 in any particular day. You
Yeah,
batsman make 200 on the first day, but on the fourth day also you can lose. But that 56 was epic, absolutely brilliant.
and now
So
Shami has more highest score than Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, Abraham Benjamin de Villiers, Brian Charles Lara, Virat Kohli, and every legend of the game. So many legends of the game. Jack Callis, he's got
that
more runs than than these five top quality batsmen.
At
So
Lords.
absolutely fantastic from Shami and the way they both were bowling. Then came in Hasib Hamid and Joru. They were looking. Hamid was shattered, to be very honest. The way he got out of the first ball after making his comeback after 4 years, the first ball that Siraj bowled in the first innings, he got out.
Was it?
Yeah, but then Hasib was actually trying to apply himself, but and was lucky as well. Rohit Sharma dropped one of him, but then Hasib failed again. The way Indian bowlers were bowling was outstanding. But now, if you look after that, it was Johnny Bairstow and Joe Root. They were playing really well, and they were trying to go for a draw on that day before the tea. And then Virat Kohli makes a change in the last over, brings in Ishant Sharma. The ball keeps low and hits the pad. Umpire gives a not out. Ishant wasn't confident. Rishabh Pant wasn't that confident. But if you look at Virat Kohli, he's got a habit of some very bad reviews. But sometimes when he goes by his guts, we've seen that he's delivered the result. He reviews it at that moment, and then India get another wicket, and then India's in driving seat. Four gone, just one Joe Root to go. India comes into bowl the next innings, next session. The way Indian bowlers were bowling, Mohammad Siraj, kudos to him, 8 wickets in the match, and the way this boy was bowling, fantastic. Deserved his name on the honors board. Was little unlucky that couldn't get five, but brilliant bowling. And I want to talk about one more thing. If you look at India's slip catching, it's been great. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli at the slips, first and second slip, they've done a good job. They both dropped two catches, and one could have been little crucial as well, which Virat dropped off Butler. But still, India somehow managed to get Butler out. But if you look at the way Virat got off Joe Root, it was a tough catch. Wasn't an easy one of Jasprit Bumrah's bowling. But he was low, was on time. What's your take on India's catching these days? Don't you think it's improved since Rohit Sharma came in? I think he brings a lot of calm at the slip. And with someone like Virat, who's so aggressive in this, you need some characters because you've got two characters at the slip cordon with Rishabh Pant and Virat Kohli standing. You need a calming influence as well. And I think Rohit Sharma has done that job. What's your take on that?
So, best part about slip, slip, though the best slip cordons have been made by with professionals and people with calm mind. You may have someone who is aggressive. Virat Kohli is an aggressive one. Rishabh Pant sometimes is a bit. He's not able to judge well. But with Rohit Sharma being there,
No,
Rohit
he's been
Sharma,
very good with his keeping in the recent times. The way he
with his
kept
keeping, not with DRS calls. I am talking about the DRS
yeah,
call sometimes. With his keeping has improved really well. Really well. Rishabh Pant diving. We didn't used to see Rishabh Pant diving that much, but the way he dives right now and takes some beauties, absolute beauties of catches. So Rishabh Pant has done really well. And with the thing that with Rohit Sharma being there, Ajinkya Rahane can be at gully or the position that he can be. So Ajinkya Rahane is also someone a bit. Ajinkya can when spinners come, Ajinkya was is the first priority to be at slip. So all those calm, composed minds make a slip cordon and decision review system very well because you have multiple people who see the ball from different angles and know how that will help it. So Rohit
but this
Sharma,
match, if you look at this match, Virat was spot on
yeah, very good.
because and he didn't when others were not sure, he was the one who said that yes, I believe in my bowler, I'll take a review for him. Although in the first inning you see Siraj got two reviews that Virat was really unhappy with him. He wasn't even looking at him, he was looking somewhere else. That I won't review again because we've already missed two reviews. But the way he backed his bowler in the second innings, it was outstanding. And great captaincy as well to get a team out in 55 overs. It was absolutely fantastic. And the way field set was there, all the Indian fielders were charged up. And I saw a quote from John's post. John's heard it maybe from the stump mic or something, or maybe the camera while the Indian team was in the huddle. Virat said, "This 60 overs, I want these guys to feel like hell. You have to field you have to be aggressive. You have to really field well. And I don't want anybody to laugh." But what happens after 20 overs? Virat Kohli and Rishabh Pant, both of them are playing and laughing around. But that was okay because India was in a comfortable position as well.
Comfortable position.
Fantastic from all of them. And then if you look at uh, 97 for 7, I'll come to that now. 97 for 7. Joe Root is gone. India got Jasprit Bumrah got Joe Root. Virat Kohli took off a catch. When Josh Butler came in, he was dropped off of 2 runs of Virat Kohli. Was a tough catch. Even the commentators said that it came very quickly, and because of the lights were on, you sometimes misjudge it. Virat dropped that off. But the way Josh Butler started batting, he was defending it. The way he was defending, I think India was a little under pressure. Then spot on bowling change brings in Mohammad Siraj, replacing Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. Brings in Siraj, and Siraj delivers it. People might say that maybe Butler misjudged it or no. He was beaten by the length of Siraj. The way Siraj was bowling, he was bowling into him on the half quarter again and again. One ball, little back of length, that going out, just small movement, and to get Butler. That was the moment I knew that India is not going to lose this set. Everybody knew that now it's up to India. And then comes the Anderson wicket, and we all know how the
Celebration.
team started running.
Running.
Everybody celebrated, and as Rohit Sharma mentioned in his Instagram post, that it really was a proper team effort. Each and every guy performed. Each and every guy, from gutsy 40s, 30s to a good 50 by a fast bowler to solid 150s in the very first innings. Absolute team performance. You gotta love the way this team played, and we really hope that India does well in the leads as well and performs
Really
exceptionally
well.
well. Now,
So,
Omkar, let's talk about today.
right.
13 years ago, a young boy from Delhi, chubby young boy, came into Indian setup. And if you say after a decade, he's announced as ICC Cricketer of the Decade. Since his debut, most number of runs, Virat Kohli. Most number of hundreds, Virat Kohli. Most hundreds while chasing, Virat Kohli. He's been great the way he's performed. Yes, failures are part and parcel of your life. He's faced some failures when it comes to the Indian Premier League. He hasn't been that great. But if you look at 2016 season, the way carried his team on his back, he and AB de Villiers, they've been doing that since you say so many years, and still there wasn't much team effort. Shane Watson failed to give off 27 runs in the final over that match. Those were some things that RCB RCB were actually a rattled unit because of the ownership crisis as well. But if you now look at RCB, they are quite a balanced team now, and their performances have been getting better and better.
Better,
And
better.
I really hope, being a RCB and a hardcore Virat Kohli fan, that he gets the trophy this time. We'll talk on that later. And obviously, you are a CSK fan, so you
Yeah,
might
yeah.
disagree with me. So yeah, but now let's talk about Virat. Had a pretty average, what you say, he was pretty average cricketer till 2011. 2008 to 2011, got a few knocks, few hundreds. People would say, yeah, this guy is talented, this and that. Got selected for the World Cup as well. Played a very got a hundred in the very first match. He played very good, important, small innings, and played a crucial 35 runs partnership because that was required. You lost two of your most prolific batsmen in Sehwag and Sachin, and then to get that partnership with Gambhir, which actually eventually helped MS and Gambhir as well, to that the pressure was on the opposition, not on them. So that partnership was really important. And if you look at the Champions Trophy 2013, he was the highest run scorer in those conditions. And I think the way he batted in the entire tournament, it was great. So, and if you look at World T20, which is coming, Since the past World T20, he's been the best batsman in the both of the tournaments,
tournament.
2014 and 2016. What a great career! 70 hundreds, fantastic batsman. 14 overseas hundreds. To get 400s in one tour of Australia itself says a lot about the character. Omkar, what's your viewpoint of Virat Kohli?
Virat Kohli, the batsman, is at another level. Virat Kohli, the Test captain, is the best among the Asians one we have. If someone don't agree, don't agree. Let's prove that. So Virat
He
Kohli,
is now the fourth successful Test captain in the history of Test cricket. So
yes,
I think people might be a little harsh on him because of that ICC trophy cabinet. I know he's lacking there. He has just one, that is ICC Under 19 trophy, that people don't consider that much. But what's the fact is that India had five Test matches made under him. Yes, India lost that final, but you have to look at the fact that those conditions were not that favorable to India. They were favoring New Zealand more. No excuses, uh, as they say,
that
but you
was
have
not an
to,
ideal Test match condition. What was the
yeah,
ideal Test match? We thought lots at 55 overs. You know that nothing will come. You bowl your heart out and you win it. So if something about like that would have been that match, India would have surely won that match, and New Zealand would have no would haven't competed against India if rain and anything overcast condition wouldn't have come in play that much. So yeah, people will say
yeah.
that ICT fans are making excuses, but it's not the case. Yeah, New Zealand
We
won.
are
We
not
accept that.
making we
Yeah,
are not talking about excuse here. We won't make a excuse about what happened, what did not. But if you look at the transformation of this test team, people were not interested in test cricket. No disrespect to MS. He's been one of the greatest captains India's ever seen. But when it comes to test cricket, Indians started losing interest in test cricket. It was Virat, the captain. When it comes to test cricket, he was the one who actually, with that attitude in Australia, actually transformed India's test cricket and the fitness culture that he's got in this team with MS as well, because credit should go to both of them. The camaraderie that those guys shared, that partnership, it's been the reason for India's success. People might have different fan clubs, this and that, but if you look at these two guys, they've been the main backbone of Indian cricket since 2010s. So it's been great journey for Virat Kohli, the batsman, and Virat Kohli, the Test captain as well. I'll talk about his T20I and ODI record as captain as well. I know people might say that he's not won this, he's not won that. He's never captain in the T20 World Cup as well. He's going to captain it first time. And remember, he's the only captain, only Indian captain, or maybe only international captain who's won 12 series on a trot. Maybe Sarfaraz also has seven, 12 on a trot, but those were
11
against
or yeah.
weak Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, and these all teams, which actually, to be very honest, I don't see it like that. If you play Australia, England, and you beat them in their backyards, and then you make this streak, I think that's what is more important to me. He's been really good with that thing. His IPL record isn't great as captain, but when you look at his international record, fantastic. And when you look at his one day record as well, to have a ratio of 70% win with so many tosses being lost. He has lost most number of tosses in international cricket, which is more than 100 tosses is lost as a captain, most by any captain. And then to have a record of such quality. I know the ICC cabinet is missing, trophy is missing, reached final, reached the semi-final, lost there. But I think it's high time that I really feel, I have a gut feel, he's going to win it when it comes to World T20 this time.
The
It's
point
it
is
will
this.
final
The
will be
point.
between India and West Indies. I'm telling you, and I really hope India wins it.
Let's see what happens. The point is this: the expectations on Virat Kohli is so high that he disappoints. Everything comes on him. So that's the thing that people should keep in mind. Virat Kohli is a human, and he has done so much for this team, so much for Indian cricket. That you one bad innings or one two bad innings or some you fail. Your luck isn't in your favor. You may fail, but Virat Kohli has done so much for this team. You cannot take away that credit from him. Okay, so Virat, that's a positive point. People expect from him. and he disappoints. That's the thing that make people jealous or something, abusing him or his family or someone else, or trolling players or making the fan bases. Virat Kohli has done his job very good, very perfectly for this Indian cricket team, the Test team, ODI team, or the T20 team, and it's just a matter of time till the time he is captaining India. He will be having something which people consider as an ICC trophy. If he has 5 matches, generally people don't consider it, but it's an ICC thing, so we we cannot
Yeah,
say anything about that.
Omkar, I would like to cut you down and say two important things that came to my mind. Firstly, I see a lot of people trolling Virat, Rohit, and MS who've done nothing in their life and trolling them, who've done so much in their respective fields and got so much laurels for the country. And if you look someone who's got 22,983 runs, I guess, is no joke in international cricket. He'll almost get to he's few runs away from 23,000 international runs. That's no joke. He's just behind Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar and Ricky Ponting. Just three men. Such a outstanding performance. He's the highest run scorer in T20 internationals till now. Rohit is second. So you cannot do to such people who've done so much for the country. People trolling MS. I still remember 2020 IPL when MS didn't do that well. His team didn't win. They were trolling his daughter. They were abusing her. And now the hate that you see on Virat's daughter or Virat's wife, people continuously target his family. I think that's not done. People need to realize that individual performance, one fails, you have the right to criticize it. Do. You are watching the game, you are stakeholder, it's your right. Do the criticism. But it should not be below the belt. You cannot target someone's
It cannot
family.
be below that. Yes,
And I think that is something each and every cricket fan, or maybe as an individual, we need to realize that we need to respect others' privacy and others' family.
family.
Now, Omkar, we've talked so much about this, Virat and this. Let's talk about his overseas hundreds because I think it won't be justice if we don't talk about his overseas test hundred. One day hundred, we know what kind of a player he's been. If Vivian Richards can say, I haven't seen a better one day player than Virat Kohli, and if Kevin Peterson quality of his player with his quality can say that Virat Kohli is the best white ball player that he's ever seen to win so many matches. He's got Virat Kohli's got most number of man of the matches after Sachin Tendulkar for India. Man of the series award. Sorry, I'm not talking
I'm
about
not
man of the
yes,
matches.
yes.
Man of the matches as well, but man of the series. So I think people might be harsh on him. People troll him, but to win so many man of the series awards, and that too, if you look at the number of matches between Sachin and him, the difference between man of the series is one left. The difference left is one. Sachin
Right.
has one more, and the number of matches and number of series is way more. So you got to give credit where it's due. And when Vivian Richards can say he's the best player, I think people can have their judgment, have their opinion. It doesn't really matter. When Viv says, you got to believe him. The kind of quality that Virat has produced. So many matches is won for India. He has most number of hundreds, while India has one, even more than Sachin. And then people call him a choker. So that's what actually I think people should realize the fact that you have to look at it in a different way. You have to respect the players. And Omkar, before we uh, disconnect and complete this video, now let's just take your prediction of the series. Where is it going? It's
Okay,
1-0
so
in India's favor at the moment. After five test matches, what do you think?
okay, personally speaking, I still think that England can win one particular match. I won't be giving a particular thing right now. If I come after the third test with on the show, I will definitely make a prediction who is going to win. What happens at Leeds will be the deciding factor of where the series is going. The match is if the match goes to draw, then India is what I personally feel India will be winning this series. And if England wins the matches, then the series is wide open. in every scenario. So if India wins, then that this series is done and dusted for them. But I think that England would be able to draw this match at least. What I personally feel that they will be coming back hard on India also because they have been hurted on their own backyard and that very badly within 55 overs. And every cricket pundits are against. They have been mocked by their television and cricket and every legend of the game. So they will be coming hard on us, and India is very well prepared on how to tackle that. So India
Yeah,
playing well, so India will be winning the series.
yeah, Omkar. So now I missed one thing. We were talking about the overseas 100. We'll finish it off and then we'll finish the video.
Yeah, yeah,
So overseas 100, if you look at his performance, he's scored almost 100 everywhere in Test cricket when it comes to. He's got 100 in New Zealand, got 200s, I guess, in South Africa, 600s in Australia,
yeah,
200s in England, and others in West Indies, Sri Lanka, and everywhere where he's played. So on those tough tracks and the way he's been playing, you've got to give him the credit and the mindset. You have to talk about the mindset as well that he carries, and that same kind of mindset I see in someone like the youngsters coming in, Rishabh Pant, Mohammad Siraj. They are not afraid of the challenges. They are on your face. So that's what I think Virat Kohli has done, and that's the change he's got in. What's your take on that? And then we'll sign off.
yeah. So Virat Kohli has imbibed the culture of that don't fear anyone. If he, if what we saw people throwing bottles, if people throw you stones on you, turn them into milestones. So that's the thing Virat Kohli has imbibed in his team. Rishabh Pant, Mohammad Siraj, all of them are fearless cricketers. They will, if you poke them, they will poke you out. They are always like that. Rishabh Pant is, if we say Rishabh Pant is a bit more calm. But when it comes to Mohammad Siraj, he is always on fire. If that celebration, you may say it controversial celebration, but that's a people trolling him. They were not shut up when he was not doing good. They should shut up when he's doing good. Everyone, either you respect him, make him that he has done really good, or don't speak a single word. You cannot say that Siraj hasn't done anything. Siraj is doing for the team. He hasn't done anything for RCB. Don't worry. Doesn't really matter. If he's doing for the country, that matters the most. And Mia's Magic is on fire currently. Rishabh Pant is on fire. And every youngster, beat Shubman Gill, he got back. Shubman Gill also have the same thing. Prithvi Shaw have the same thing in his mind. KL Rahul have also the same thing. Everyone in this team is, apart from test team or the ODI culture or the T20 culture, they are fearless and they know how to make sure that the opposition is quiet with their mouth shut. So that's the thing Virat Kohli has imbibed very much.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you so much, Omkar. Very kind of you to be back on the show again. Now, please ask your friends, family, and everyone to subscribe and to like the video, share the video.
For sure, for sure. I will be sharing with my friends. I am always the first or the second person who was always I see a video 2 or 3 times to get into deep knowledge and tell my friends that one should look. If they don't know cricket, they will be able to know what is cricket all about. And those who know cricket, they generally gives us a compliment that you guys or Mr. Abhay and with his channel are talk very deep about cricket and they know good stuff. So I would hope that you get more and more views and the channel gets famous as soon as possible.
Thank you, Omkar. Thank you for being on the show.